Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm David Moss and we are on the road again, and this time it's to a beautiful, charming coastal town called Vermilion. That's right here on the coast of Lake Erie on the Great Lakes. And this is one of those towns, if you haven't been here in a long time or you've never been here, this is the show for you. We've got something for everyone. We've got food, we've got fun, we've got lakefront fun. So let's check it out. Let's get going.
And we are off. I have Captain Don behind me, and I have Captain Christy here next to me. We are on the Mystic Belle, and let me tell you, if you want to see Vermilion in a different way, I think this would be a really fun way to do it.
It is. It's an excellent way to see Vermilion because you see a side of Vermilion that you can't see from the road. You actually see it from the water side. Unfortunately, with the water levels being as high as they are, and that's being experienced all along Lake Erie, we aren't able to get underneath our fixed bridge. So we can't go upriver, but we do tours of the downriver area, including the Vermilion lagoons and out to the lake.
So this is, because this really is a tourist attraction, this city.
It
is.
So
you get people from all over coming here.
We do.
And to get them out on the water, I can only imagine, especially when you can bring the kiddos here.
Oh yeah.
We have a little one on board with us right now, Sabrina, and I know she loves the water.
She certainly does, yeah.
So for the kids to come out here as a family experience, this is so much fun and
it
different.
Is. It's very different because you do get to experience the water from a different point of view. Mm-hmm. You're not along the sidewalk, you're actually on the water. You're seeing the things that people can't see unless you're on a boat. And not many people have the opportunity to get out on a boat. Yeah, there's a lot that do have their own personal boats, but then there's, the majority of the people that don't.
Well, this is your dad.
This is my
dad.
dad.
So how long has your family been running and operating this business?
Well, this business itself, the Mystic Belle, we've been doing it since 2002. However, our family has owned the waterfront since around 1913. It started off as a commercial fishing business, and then it changed over to the marine industry where we do specialize in sailboats. We offer public tours at 2 and 4 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday, and then on the weekends, on Friday and Saturday, we do offer a sunset cruise. Now, if you have a group of people and you want to go at a different time, we'll actually accommodate groups and do private tours.
Well, that makes it really fun too, because if you want to come up with just a small group of people and you want to make something a little more private,
right,
you can make that happen.
Right, we can take up to 23 people. That's what we are rated for through the Coast Guard. And if you have a private group and you wanted to bring wine and cheese or beer and margaritas and beer and pretzels, we do that as well. We cannot obviously sell it because we don't have a liquor license, but if you bring it on board, there's nothing you can do. You guys can have a great evening enjoying cocktails out on the lake.
So you really know a lot about this town, and so you bring that expertise.
Right.
So when people are coming and they're getting a tour, you're learning that as well.
Yes, they are guided tours. They are narrated, so it's about an hour long of a tour. We talk about the history of Vermilion. We talk about what the industry is in Vermilion, which of course is the boating industry or the marine industry. We talk about the houses in the lagoons, when they were built, all the history with that, all the different yacht clubs that are here and the boat clubs that are here, the restaurants like Quaker Steak and Chez Francois, which many people are familiar with.
A lot of people familiar with, and a lot of people familiar with this town, and I love being out here on the water. I know Bailey, who's happened to be riding with us, loves being on the water too, so you might see their dog strolling around when you come visit. Thank you, Captain Don, for taking me on this wonderful tour. I appreciate it.
One more thing, we are pet friendly, so if you can bring your kids, you can bring your pet.
Oh, bring the dogs too!
Yep.
And the cats if they like the water. Bailey loves the water though.
We've had cats, we've had birds, we've had dogs, so yeah, I draw the line at snakes. We leave the snakes in the river.
Okay, come to Vermilion and check out this mom and pop boutique. It's got some lovely soaps, some beautiful candles. The place is called Swan Creek Candle.
We have soy candles. They're made with 100% American soybean wax. The seeds are grown in the USA. Soy is grown in the USA. A lot of the jars are made in the USA.
Swan Creek Candle Company is actually a clean and green candle company that's been around for over 3 decades. They were actually a pioneer in the field of clean and green candle burning and soy.
We have a new essential oil line of candles that just came out. They're 100% natural. They're made with the soybean plus essential oils. We've got drizzle melts. These are not your ordinary candles. You can really smell these. Sometimes you buy a candle out wherever you go and you light it and then you just don't smell it and you kind of forget about it. With our candles, you just light them and enjoy the beautiful fragrance all throughout your home. You won't just smell it in the room that it's in, you'll smell it everywhere in your house.
When corporate made the difficult decision to close this store back in 2016, it opened an opportunity for a couple of young, hungry people to come out here and start their own business. We were out in Los Angeles, and people ask us, how could you come from Los Angeles to Vermilion? And I think all you have to do is visit Vermilion and see how beautiful it is, see what a charming, historic, and wonderful and very special place it is. But then you look around at this wonderful property which we were able to invest in. This building itself is circa 1860.
We try and carry as many fragrances here as we can. We have the floral line, the gourmet line, the herbal line, the coffee line.
That's good.
We have home decor, garden decor. I like to make sure we're only selling unique items that you're not going to find anywhere else. We have vegan soap, the most amazing vegan soap. It's homemade in Dundee, Michigan, and each fragrance is supposed to dispel an emotional feeling. So for instance, lavender is a great fragrance for relaxing. Lemongrass, that's great for keeping the bugs off in the summer.
There you go. Have a great day. You too. Thank you.
We also sell plants. Gild the Garden, that's my brand that I brought here from Los Angeles. I do container garden designs, miniature gardens, fairy gardens, but we also sell air plants. We just started introducing that this year. They come from Southern California. My favorite part, believe it or not, is the late nights that my husband and I stay here. We listen to the radio, we have wine, we do displays, and it's just really fun doing that. There's a little bit of everything for everyone, and this is a really special little town here. We're a vacation town, so we get a lot of vacationers coming off their boats, passing by, motorcyclists, you know, driving through.
We want to be part of that wonderful Visit Vermilion experience.
Swan Creek Candle is on Main Street, and that is in downtown Vermilion. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some classic water. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our road trip to Vermilion, and Vermilion's not really together unless you get near the water, on the water. And Mike Moe's family has been on the water how long here in Vermilion?
Well, my great-grandfather bought this property in 1917. He owned the Moe's cider mill, and he wanted waterfront property because they had a lot of interest on the waterfront. He even had a paddle boat that went up and down the river that he took passengers up and down. And then my grandfather took over operating the boatyard in 1938. He was doing riverboat rides, like you see in that one. He used to take 3 cockpit runabouts up and down the river with passengers, and then it spawned into servicing the fishing fleet, and then it continued on through the generations today.
Yeah, so it all started with the fishing fleet, became sort of a luxury kind of boating area also. We still have fishermen here, but it's more about luxury now, right?
Yeah, well, post World War II, after when he actually went to service in the war, he was on Iwo Jima, saw the flag raising, came back and took over, and started back up the boatyard. But right after that, you had the recreational boating boom because all the boat manufacturers were building mass production for the war effort, and then that turned into building for the middle class, and boom, that's when you had the recreational boating kind of took off right after that.
And here's the best thing about Moe's Marine: when you come down here and see this stuff, it's all about the classics. I mean, I saw a Lyman boat there. My dad had a little Lyman boat, and he was so proud of that boat. He was in World War II. He was in the Navy, and he had this Lyman boat, a wood boat, and that ended up becoming sort of a rare boat today, right?
The Lymans?
Yeah.
Lymans are pretty popular now.
Yeah.
I would say, and especially in our area, there's a large following. I mean, we have, I think in the country, have the most stored in one place. We have to verify that, but we have over 20 boats that go in and out of the water every year. We have 20 Lymans that are between stored on our docks and then also in our various buildings over the winter. No, they're quite prevalent. There's a really big following around here, and a good group of restorers in the area as well that are keeping them afloat for our people. So you see quite a bit of them.
Yeah, you said a couple words of restoring and keeping them in the water. So it is one of those things, like when they built a lineman at one time, like whether it's 50 years ago or not, they expect that thing to keep on living on, right?
I wonder what linemen thought of that, but I think if they saw what they see today, especially with the following of the individuals that are servicing the boats, I think they would be probably pretty surprised.
Yeah.
They probably did not expect them to last this long. But I think it's the usability of the boat and the classic lines and the look of them that really kept them going.
Yeah, and the guys who take care of them. And another thing you see at Moe's when you walk down here, I like classic cars. You see some classic boats here. I mean, you see some of those boats like you saw in the old movies with the movie stars. Beautiful mahogany sides.
Yep. And so we do there. You'll see some 3-cockpit runabouts. We have another boat that we've been restoring on over the winter. My dad does. If you look at that one right there, the 1927 26-foot Dodge water car. It's one of those things you'll see in the movies. We are now doing riverboat rides up and down the river. Because as much as we want to give our customers access to the water, we want to bring it to everybody else too and give people experiences on the water. So you can rent or charter that with my dad is the Vermilion in town.
Wow.
He does the historical tours, and so we'll take people up and down the river just like my grandfather did. Starting in the early 30s and then on through into the 50s.
So what's your dad's name?
My dad's name is Tom.
Tom.
Yep.
So not everybody's a Mike down here.
No, that was my grandfather's name. My grandfather was Mike, and I work here with my uncle and my father. So I'm third generation operating the boatyard. I got 3 kids, so I see what happens with them.
That's
but then
excellent.
it's gone outside the family now. We have 6 employees, so we're outside the family. We bring them in, and they become a family too, working here at the yard.
So you get a chance to ride on one of these, you come down here, you can see them, and I bet you might even be able to find one of these classic boats for somebody if they wanted to buy one, right?
We do. We do help people find them if they're looking for them, yes.
So check it out, Moe's Marine, the backbone of Vermilion. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You can't say there's not a lot of fun things to do here in Vermilion, right? So, don't be vanilla, get it? And come here to Granny Joe's because it's about the food, but let me tell you, it's really about the ice cream. Come on in. Here she is. I found Natalie. Now let me tell you, I have been just standing outside. This place looks absolutely adorable, but I knew the second I came in, I would see all this great ice cream and think, it's okay no matter what time of day, you can have some ice cream, right? Do people come in any time of day?
8 o'clock in the morning they get ice cream.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But it's that good, and that's why. Now, it's local too.
Yes, it's made in Sandusky by Toff's Dairy.
So if you come up here and you bring the kids, you bring the family, you might want to stay. We've told people this is a great place to stay and spend the weekend. So if they stay at Captain Belle House, they could come over here and get breakfast with you.
Yes, they get Belle Bucks and they can have free breakfast here.
So there is food. I know one of your big sellers is the perch, right?
Yes.
Because, I mean, we are on Lake Erie. You got to have the perch.
Gotta have Lake Erie perch.
But when they're not having food, the ice cream is probably the majority of what you're selling here.
Yes, summertime is ice cream time.
What makes it so special? I mean, I know that it's just the nostalgia, that it's a great atmosphere up here in Vermilion, but why do you think that this is a spot that people feel like, because they feel like they have to come here?
I think we have the draw of the courtyard outside with all the flowers and the patio seating.
I love the name, Granny Joe's Ice Crematorium, but there's a little play on that from what this used to be over 100 years ago.
Yes, well, over almost 200 years ago.
Almost 200 years ago.
It was in 1850. This used to be a funeral parlor, and it's one of the oldest buildings in town. So I just had a play on words. Granny Joe's Ice Crematorium from the funeral parlor. But it's ice crematorium.
But it's ice cream, which means that there's a lot to be smiling about with this
yes.
crematorium, right? I just decided that, we can't just see the ice cream in the containers. I feel like we need to go back and make a little something.
Sure.
So can we roll up our sleeves that are already up and get back to work?
Okay,
Let's
come
go
on
back. Okay. All right, she already has the banana ready to go, so I know we're making the banana split first. Oh boy. So is that just regular vanilla first?
That's vanilla. These are just the 3 staples
Traditional.
of a traditional, and you can get a banana split made with any ice cream.
So if I wanted like the Cookie Monster ice cream, I can get it.
You sure can.
Oh,
If
but
you
I
want
like
blue
the
lips.
traditional. If you want blue lips is right.
Okay.
All right, so do you make it any crazy way? Or okay, we have to have the strawberries.
Yep, we put strawberries on strawberries.
Can you imagine just sitting out in the summertime, looking at the lake, eating one of these? I mean, that's heaven.
That's right. And we gotta top
A little
it
bit of whipped
off.
cream. Oh, yes.
And we'll throw a few nuts on there. And top it off with a cherry.
And again, they're not judging. No matter what time of day you want to come, they will let you just dive into one of these things, right?
That's right.
Okay. Now wait, you're gonna make a float too for me?
Let's do a Buckeye Blast
Ooh.
for the state of Ohio.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay,
On the fly.
we are going to use Buckeye Bites ice cream. It's peanut butter ice cream with chocolate swirl and peanut butter Buckeye candies.
Okay. I'm done for. Wow.
And
That's a lot of ice cream.
visitors don't know what a Buckeye is, so I have to explain to them what a Buckeye is.
Speaking of visitors, I'll let you keep making it, but
Okay.
speaking of visitors, I saw the map on the wall.
Yes.
So I know we've talked about this city being a great destination, but you have people from all over the country
Yes.
come in, get your ice cream, and then you put a little sticker
All over the
up
world.
on the wall. All over the world?
Yes. Yep. You
So
get
they
a lot
put
from
stickers
Europe.
up on the wall, and they'll let you can say where you're from, and then you change them out every year because it
Yes.
gets so full.
Yes.
That is really neat.
It's fun meeting everyone. And
wow.
some more of that.
So that was just that was chocolate syrup drizzled on top.
Hot fudge and peanut butter.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned that I have to try one of these, right?
Yes.
Is this a spoon?
Uh-huh.
I'm going with the Buckeye.
Okay.
What is this called again? The Buckeye Blast.
Buckeye Blast, yes. Chocolate and peanut butter. Yeah? Good lunch?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I could eat this 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. What time are you open until?
Until 10 o'clock at night.
Really?
Yep.
Did I get that on me? Oh, same. And
Need a
you
bib?
open at 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night. You have plenty of time to come up here. Even if you just come up for the day and just get some ice cream. I do need a bib. Thank you so much, Natalie.
Sure.
I really appreciate it. It's time to dig in. Still to come on our road trip to Vermilion, we are digging for treasures on the beach. Welcome back here to our road trip to New Day, Cleveland. You know, there's a lot of nostalgia in this town, and this stop will definitely bring it to life. We have Mike here. We are Big Ed Soda Grill.
Welcome.
But, so, you're not Big Ed.
No, Big Ed Jr.
Big Ed Jr., that was your dad?
Exactly.
So, I love the nickname, but this building has been around for quite some time.
Yeah, 1870.
That's amazing. I love that you were able to continue its legacy today, but now it used to be a
It was a drugstore for about 80 years.
Do you
But
remember
it
it
was 50
being a
years old.
drugstore?
Oh yes, I hung out here when I was a kid.
Really?
So we'd go swimming, come up here for our phosphates or our ice cream sodas.
And now you've turned this into a full-fledged, I mean, you have food, you have shakes.
Correct.
What made you say, you know what, I can't let this go, I have to turn
I
this
always
into
wanted
something?
to do something like this. I was full-time teaching also. I wanted to do something like this, and this was the building I always wanted. You know, it was a hangout for mine when I was a kid. And, you know, the nostalgia here, you know, you just can't beat it. And soda fountains, you know, if you grew up around a soda fountain, you really appreciate it. If you didn't, you wish you had.
That is the truth. So he put a couple of items out on display because it's not just about the ooey gooey amazing ice cream and shakes. You have food here too.
You sure do.
So before I get to the heaven over there,
Right.
this is a bite of heaven too. So you have burgers and
Oh, yeah.
you have wraps.
Burgers, wraps, different kinds of hot dogs. We have homemade soups, things like that. It's all local source ground chuck, you know, so
Good stuff.
delicious.
So this is one of your Sundays?
Oh yes, it is.
Is this how big they always are?
They always are, yeah.
Is this the
That's
chocolate?
a regular size.
Is it a
right
regular
there.
Sunday?
Right.
Mm. Oh wow, that ice cream is so good.
Thank you.
Wow.
And that's Cleveland's ice cream, Pierre's ice cream out of Cleveland.
Oh, it is?
Sure is.
So you really, obviously, you try to do a lot of local.
Correct.
Bring in here.
Correct. Means a lot to us.
Now that's the shake. This is the famous shake everyone talks about.
As it
I mean,
is.
if it's just as good as this, we're in trouble.
Oh yeah.
That's delicious. So I love how you poured it in here, but there's extra left over.
Oh yes.
So
And
what do you
the
do
kids
with
always
the
love
extra?
that. They're
You give
served
them
both
both?
of them like this, and they look at it and think, "Wow, this is mine too."
It's a 2-for-1 deal, right? I got it. Do you mind if
No, please.
I keep
I'll
taking
get one
everything
later.
away from you. I'm so sorry. I don't know which one I like more. That means when you come here with the family, you need to get at least one of each.
You should.
How easy is it to make those?
It's a learning curve.
Okay.
It's a learning curve. Sooner or later, somebody's bound to blow one up.
When you say blow up, you mean
It
everywhere?
may blow it up, yeah. And it's usually when you're really busy and makes quite the mess. So it's a
Well, I
learning
wore
curve.
my white shirt specifically for that.
Excellent.
So, do you care if I get back there with one of your workers
I'd
and try
love
to
it.
make one?
Love it.
Well, you didn't think I was really going to wear my white shirt, right? Well, I had to put one of the. I mean, it's almost. You know,
We're matching
I
now.
had to wear the official T-shirt, right?
Right.
So Lauren is going to show me the proper way to make. Which one are we making?
A chocolate
A
milkshake.
chocolate milkshake. Okay. Seems simple,
Yeah.
but now Mike has me afraid. So what do we begin with?
We need to start with the
We
cup.
need that.
And then this is our chocolate syrup.
We
You're
put
gonna
that in
do
first?
Yes,
Okay.
like 2.5 pumps.
So
1, 2.
2.
All right, perfect. And see that little divot that's in there?
Yep. At the
You're
bottom.
gonna fill, yeah, the
Okay.
lower divot.
Just the lowest one.
Fill it to that.
Okay.
And then we're
Alright.
gonna go over to our ice cream right in that one. And you're gonna wanna scoop it to like see this line that's kind of right there
that
at
one?
the top. Yes.
Oh, I never used that.
It's called a spade.
Okay. Well, this is nice
Yeah.
and soft.
Perfect.
Is that too much?
Nope, that's good. So
Okay.
then we're gonna take it to this middle one.
Okay.
And you're just gonna kind of put it in and up. So we're not gonna touch anything yet. It's not gonna go. So
Okay.
just put it in. And we're just gonna kind of soften the ice cream now back down.
Oh, okay.
And then keep doing that motion just so we
Okay.
can soften it before we actually mix it. There you go. Now we're
Okay.
gonna put it underneath this. So you can, it's just on low setting. It's
Okay.
barely gonna move. So now we're gonna hold this forward.
Okay.
So now you can move the cup. You can move the cup from where it's
Oh,
at,
and
because
move
this is gonna, yeah, that's gonna keep it going. So now that you got it mixed up, we're gonna put it back underneath there.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move it to the medium setting.
Uh-oh,
and
here's
then
where it goes.
shake it back and forth.
How do your hands not fall off? This is so cold.
You get used to it. And then I'm just gonna go to the highest setting, just for a little bit.
Cold. Oh my gosh, my fingers are gonna fall off.
All right, and now you can just pull it straight off. And
While
then
it's
just pull
on?
it. Yeah, it'll
Okay.
just, because if you do it when it's on, it keeps it nice and
I
clean.
know you all wanted me to just fling that everywhere, but I didn't. I didn't.
And then we're gonna grab a clear glass, pour that right in there.
Only because I had your guidance, Lauren, or else it probably would have gone everywhere.
And then you put the spoon and straw and you gotta top it off with some whipped cream.
I can handle that.
And then when you serve it, you're gonna give them both. Perfect.
Is that enough?
That's perfect.
Dinner is served, or lunch at the time of the hour. This looks. Who wants this? I bet you I could get a lot of people out there to take this. Let me tell you. So thank you, Lauren, for
You're
showing me how to make
welcome.
this. Again, we are right on the corner of Main and Liberty, right?
Yes.
Easy to find, great nostalgic feel, and I'm making a mess, but you get the idea. I did a good job.
Yeah, not
I
bad.
did a good job.
From ice cream to fun on the beach, folks here in Vermilion are finding treasures in the sand. Take a look.
I've always loved the water. I've been close to water all my life, so just getting out there and finding stuff, that's really how it all started. Another lucky stone! Beach glass is garbage, basically, that's been tossed around in the waves, the sand, the current, and it has become beautiful. I mean, it becomes beautiful pieces of glass. Sometimes it's pottery. You never know where it came from. A lot of the pottery, you don't know who ate off of it. It's just a story. I'm about adventure. I don't really like to go to beaches that are picked by others. There's a piece that's done. My range of colors is significantly different than a lot of people's. It just depends on how adventurous you are and if you want to climb, if you want to take that risk to go to places that the good stuff is, basically. I use anything that looks interesting to me. The magnitude of art you can actually do with beach glass is insane. I do everything from jewelry to wine stoppers to wall art, anything. Crystal's Treasure Box, downtown Vermilion. We have a lot of stuff that's beach related. The other good thing that we do is you can bring us the things that you collect, maybe from all over the world. Doesn't matter where you collected them. You can bring them to me and I can make you things out of them. Our main mission is to give you gifts that mean something. All right, so let's find a piece that has a really good marking on it. This is the place to stop and be like, oh, I found this piece of glass, what can I do with it? And then we'll help you design something new. And this is just a simple necklace, nothing jazzy about it. I want people to come in here and be like,
I don't know a lot about this person, but this is what I can tell you, and I want to be able to create something special for that person. We do collector bottles that we start it for you, which has beach glass, sand, driftwood, stones, anything that we may find that's cool on the beach, added. But none of them are sealed, so you can add your own stuff. So it's a great keepsake that you actually got to collect with your family. Our planters are one of my new favorites. They're glass jars. They can be of any shape, size. I basically laser print on those. They could be any sayings. They could be things that are meaningful to you. They could be pictures of things that are meaningful to you. What I do after that is I put all the beach glass in them, stones, anything that I collect out of Lake Erie, and then I put lucky bamboo in them. So it's a viable plant. It's just a fun piece. Vermilion is my hometown, and it's just a great place to be. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. It's the best hobby. It's free, it's relaxing, it's calming, it's good for your spirit.
And if you're interested in learning more about jewelry making, Crystal's Treasure Box has classes. And of course, they're located on Liberty Avenue downtown. When we come back, we're creating a scene, an olive scene. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our road trip to the coastal town of Vermilion, and we're having a great time here. And guess what? I found one of my favorite people in the world. Tracy, how are you?
I'm doing great.
We're at the olive scene, folks, and at the olive scene, it says olive scene on the door, so that means you have olive what?
Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil.
And what goes with olive oil?
Balsamic vinegar.
All different kinds, and you get a chance to taste all the different ones. One of the reasons I really love this store, one of 4 stores, but this is the first store, right?
Yes.
Here in Vermilion. But you were telling me about rescue products. Oh, what's this right here?
Okay, so everything at the olive scene is good for more than one thing. And one of the things we have, it's a brand new product, is our bourbon smoked salt and pepper peanuts.
Little spicy, these little rascals.
Right, it's got a little bit going there. And this is a very small business. Bourbon Barrel Foods works with Woodford Reserve bourbon. Very cool.
We love that too. Okay.
Very cool.
So you're telling me before about rescue. What do you mean rescue products?
Rescue products. Okay, right here we have our.
Save me.
I know, save me. Okay, this is a bourbon barrel jam. Okay, so it's a jalapeno jam. You can put it over crackers. You can make it into an appetizer, but you can add vinegar and make it into a sauce for your meat, or you can add oil and make it into a glaze.
So it can rescue my sauce.
It can be more than one thing.
That's
all right,
awesome.
so it's forever. We use our products in many ways, not just for salad and olive oil and vinegar vinaigrettes.
Look at it. Oh, look what I found.
Oh.
A hand grenade. The General's hot sauce.
Yes.
What do you rescue with a hand grenade?
Isn't this great?
Well,
this
I don't know.
is a veteran-made product. A bunch of veterans got together and, of course, decided over a beer they were going to make the best hot sauce ever. And that's what we have. It comes in 4 flavors and this great grenade style.
Hold it. Okay.
Right.
Hey, you talk about rescue products. Over here, you can rescue a lot of people with the stuff here.
Right.
I remember getting some of this salt right here from you, and it was one of the most wonderful things I ever got from you. I love it, love it, love it. But now you got a whole bunch of different ones.
This is also our salt bar, and that seasonello that you had in your hand is a salt and pepper mix. We have all kinds of salts from Atlanta here that, again, aren't just for finishing, but they enhance your oils and vinegars.
French picnic, we got magic unicorn, we got ladybug picnic, a lot of great little spices here.
Again, bourbon barrel. This is bourbon barrel smoked, so it's very cool. And a whole tower of different kinds of peppercorns. So the peppercorns you can see are all different sizes and shapes, and they all have different flavors.
What are you doing with these little spoons here?
Well, that's for your salts. You have to have all your salts at the table and for your finishing and for seasoning.
It's a very hip spot. Look over here, I see some more sauces.
So this is a chipotle mustard, and it comes in this great little glass. But this, we talk about...
Is this one gonna hurt me?
Well, a little.
You've hurt me before, you know.
A little. Okay, never really hard.
Oh, that's
never
good.
really bad.
I like
So anyway, this is a great on grilled cheese, on sandwiches and pops, but if you're going to cook with it, you can put that oil on your bread and grill it, so you can have like chipotle and dill, chipotle and...
Listen to her go. Isn't that something? That's what it's like when you come to the olive scene. You look at something, you get the whole story for it, and you also get some new ideas about how to cook different items. I mean, I've learned so much from you just a few times.
It's all about experimentation.
I like the Rothschild stuff you have now.
Rothschild's coming out with some great new products. This one is, again, a spicy one, toasted garlic horseradish. This, again, you can put on a grilled cheese on your sandwich, but if you
on a pretzel.
I know, on a pretzel. True. Okay, so we never talk really about the obvious at the hour scene, so we don't really talk about salad.
What street are we on here?
We are on Liberty Avenue in Vermilion.
Most important, in Vermilion. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I love you.
Our next stop features some of the finest craftsmanship around. This is Chairmaker and Friends.
Chairmaker and Friends is kind of a collaborative effort between a lot of artisans. We try to get as many local people as we can. We don't go out and buy any of our stuff. So if you see something here, somebody probably has made it. It's just a cute store that has a lot of paint, a lot of upholstery. You can bring things in to be redone. We will redo your stuff, or you can buy stuff here that we redo. We have a lot of lakeside decor. We try to find smaller pieces so they'll fit in local cottages better. You're going to find unique stuff, nothing you're going to find in a big box store. I do a lot of table runners and pillow and help people with their decorating. If you have a chair redone and you love the fabric and you want a table runner made for it, pillows, window treatments, we can really kind of pull it all together for you and custom about anything you want for a home. We sell Paint Couture, which is a paint line. It's a self-leveling paint, so it's super easy to paint with. You can put 2 coats on, you don't have to sand and do all that stuff first, so a lot of DIYers love it. And the nice thing about Paint Couture is they have a glaze line that goes over it. It antiques it and finishes it, but once you get the glaze on, then you're good to go. Garrett Aston is actually the owner of the store. He created Chairmaker and Friends. He actually is a Windsor chairmaker. Garrett hand turns all our lamps, he hand turns all our candlesticks, he does the upholstery work. He is just a creative, wonderful guy.
Windsors have been around a long time. It's just a great chair. I just love them. It's my favorite chair. And there's many, many varieties. A lot of people would be surprised how quickly you can do something with a hand tool. I could work in my shop and I can hear the birds. I can hear the dogs barking. It just makes it a nice day to be able to use the hand tool. A lot of people today, they come to us and they want us to refinish the chairs and reupholster their chairs. The frames back in the earlier days, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, they had hardwood frames. So they can be repaired, they can be reupholstered often. I like fixing furniture for people. I get more and more people coming in here saying, this was my grandma's, or it was my grandpa's. And I really want to keep it. It's a good memory. So I enjoy fixing that for them so that then they can pass it on to their children. That's enjoyable. When they come back in, they see it, and they go, wow, that looks really nice.
The Chairmaker and Friends is on Liberty Avenue here in Vermilion. They are closed on Sundays. Okay, when we come back, it is getting sweet in Vermilion. While you're walking along Main Street here in Vermilion, you will stop dead in your tracks when you see Bremers. Not only is the window display absolutely adorable, but you will smell the sweet scent of chocolate. And right next to me is the man who's really keeping this place going. This is Audie. I love Bremers, and I'm telling you, when everyone walks in here, they fall in love with this place too. It's true.
Well, thank you very much. I'm honored to have you here today.
It's really a pleasure to be here. I know this has been a staple for quite some time, right, in town?
The store started about 30 years ago with Bob and Sandy Bremer.
And you are carrying on their legacy in a big way. Now, you weren't a chocolate man before, but I saw you back there. You sit back there and you make all this great chocolate.
Yeah, it's a sweet job.
It is a sweet job. And I think the other cool thing about it is that you brought the kids into it, so it really becomes sort of a family business too.
Yeah, the kids are here all summer long. They're home from college, and hopefully they're the future of Bremers.
Well, so when it comes to, I mean, this place is filled with a lot of things, but when it comes to what really sells it, it is the homemade chocolate, and we, of course, I had to stand right in front of this display. I know that Jill is back there and offered to give me a sample. So, Jill, do you mind? Which one do you think we were going to start with? Maybe a truffle?
Yeah, I tried the raspberry cheesecake truffle. It's a
because why not?
It's a dessert in one bite.
That's all you need is one bite, and you have an entire dessert. Thank you, Jill. So, what's your favorite one to make?
To make, it's probably the clusters, and my personal favorite is the dark chocolate almond cluster. I go crazy for them.
Are you sure it's not that? Because this is unreal.
I have to stay away from that.
That's how do you stay so trim having a job like this? That is the real question.
That is a good question. I do a lot of fasting.
But you have really, I mean, you can make a lot. I saw the leg that you'll be making like the leg lamp out of.
Yeah.
In the back, but then this is absolutely beautiful. That would be great for a baby.
You know, the leg lamp, we have an example.
Oh, you do
of
have the
right,
sample
right
display
up
right
on
there.
Top. It's a great seller because of the Christmas story. But it's also an item that a lot of charities come in here asking for donations. And that's probably one of the more popular donations that they auction off.
And I can see why. So I know that it is the chocolate, but as I mentioned, there's a lot more to the store too. You have the jelly bean wall when you walk in, but you have a lot of, I mean, it really becomes a gift shop almost here, right?
We try to have a little bit of everything. You can see we got plenty of lollipops over there. We've got some Polish pottery. Something new we're bringing in is Italian pottery.
It becomes a gift shop that you can really, if someone's coming up for the weekend, maybe they want to bring something home as a little souvenir to someone, or I should say a little souvenir, a really nice souvenir to bring back like some of these pottery, you can do that.
Well, what I say is it's also a forgiveness shop. If you need a little bit of forgiveness, you come in, you can get just a card, you can get just some chocolates, but if you really need more forgiveness, then you can look at the pottery.
There you go. You sold it. You absolutely sold it. No, I saw that you were making the turtles back there.
Cashew turtles.
And I know that he said, well, you can take one right off of the line. I said, can I really? But I waited. Jill has one for me, right? Look, she's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do back there. This is why people always ask, do you really eat everything? I do, but this is when you have to take things in portions. So I'm going to put this down.
Cashew and caramel with milk chocolate.
It's warm still.
How is that?
Those taste, I mean, this is unbelievable.
I'm glad you like it.
You gotta try this.
This is a recipe from Bob and Sandy.
It is? So a lot of these, you've kept a lot of their old recipes?
I think my goal from the beginning was not to change what they've worked so hard to create.
Sure.
And I think there are many people come into the store who haven't been in here for over a year. I don't think too many of them ever noticed there's actually been a change.
That is a true testament to what you do then too. And I even heard someone when I was in here say, every time I bring people from out of town in, I make sure to bring them to the store. So there's clearly a reason. And you've done a great job, my friend. So thank you for keeping this business up and going.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
It's so sweet, let me tell you. It's so sweet.
Our next stop has everything for the home, from gifts to decor, and even a few surprises. So let's check it out. Let's go to the moon and back.
To the moon and back, we have everything under the stars. We kind of carry it all. We have something for everybody. We have home decor. Just go with the seasons and what's trending right now in people's homes. It is actually a joint venture. It is myself, my mom, Marianne, and my sister, Janelle. And our friend Stacy is very crucial to how the store runs as well. So we have fun. It's a great place, and we enjoy what we do. We just have a passion for it. My sister and I always loved to decorate and stage. When I was a kid, I used to play hooky, not to go play outside, but to like decorate for the holidays and rearrange the furniture. So I've always been that kind of person at heart. My favorite thing about the store would be, the changing of the seasons here in Ohio. Some people don't like the winter. We're blessed to have what we have here. So getting to change the shop pretty much every week, just having fun, rearranging the store and putting out new merchandise. So I just enjoy it. It's just what I'm passionate about. We get things in a lot. So there's always things that are new. We do have an upstairs here at the Moon as well, which carries more of the antique-y vintage type items. New items arrive almost daily. You never know what you'll find up there.
Some of the other products we have are jewelry, charms, rings, soaps, different kinds of candle scents, pictures, glassware, you name it, I think we got it. A lot of people are looking for Vera Bradley purses, change purses. We have those. Different candles that are scented, and the soaps that are out of this world smelling. You could put them in your little soap dish in the bathroom, makes your bathroom smell great. We have our Alex and Ani bracelets. We have some charms, beautiful charms, and bracelets for the charms. We also sell Pandora and earrings of different sorts. There is Pharaoh's Candy. It's the best in the world. It's chocolate, different kinds of creams, some with nuts in them, just an assortment of different things. It was actually my son who really loves this kind of thing, and I love it too. It's exciting, meeting people, love meeting people. There's always somebody new, and you're meeting some old friends too come in. So you see a lot of people. Vermilion is a very quaint city. In the summertime, it's very, very busy. There's a lot of things going on. Very friendly people, wonderful people. Just love it.
To the Moon and Back is located on Liberty Street, and that is in downtown Vermilion, and they are closed Sundays and Mondays. When we come back, we're getting crafty. Well, it's time for our final stop here in Vermilion, and it's perfect for you folks out there who do a little knitting and crocheting. It doesn't matter whether you're a beginner or a pro, Cast On Yarn Studio has something for everyone.
Cast On Yarn Studio is the name of my little yarn shop here. The meaning of Cast On to me means new project, new beginning. I love all things about yarn. I do. I started knitting as a young girl, and I just really wanted to open up and share my yarn thoughts and my talents with other people. There's many different types of yarn. There's many different fibers of yarn. One of the most popular ones right now are hand dyes and they come in a variety of weights. A lot of people like to use sock yarn in fingering weight for shawls and socks and sweaters. I have yarn from all over. I'm very excited because I have a local indie dyer, and we do projects each month. We get together and collaborate a little bit and talk about it. It's really fun. Knitting is 2 needles. Crochet is 1 hook. It's a hook. Well, this is a circular needle, and I'm knitting in the round because I'm making a hat. So I'm doing a 1x1 rib, which means I'm going to knit 1, purl 1. Purl is forward, knitting is back. I'm making a ribbing, it's a stitch. And I'm knitting continental, it's a European style. This is cashmere. My passion is to teach the beginner. I love to have a new person come in. I also can teach an intermediate level to advanced. I also have some other teachers too. It's very zen. It's very therapeutic. It's very, very relaxing. There's always new patterns. There's always new yarns, and the things that the designers come up with to incorporate the yarns it's just amazing. Come and touch and feel. That's part of the process, is the feeling, touching, looking, all of the different colors.
Cast On Yarn Studio is easy to find downtown Vermilion, right next to the Olive Scene. And they do have classes for beginners and experts.
Well, that is going to do it for our hour-long show here in Vermilion, but the fun doesn't have to end here. That means you have to come out and explore. There's so much to see and do here. Great food, a lot of entertainment, and you're on a great lake. You can't really ask for more in this quaint little town, and it's just about 45 minutes from Cleveland. Come up for the day, come up for the weekend. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. For David Moss, I'm Natalie Herbeck, and I will see you on the next New Day Cleveland.